What if your thoughts were money, and every idea you've ever had was a financial transaction in the invisible economy of the universe? Sounds wild, right? But here's the paradox. While schools taught you how to earn and spend, nobody ever showed you that your most valuable currency was never in your wallet. It's in your mind. Each thought you think is an investment, each emotion you feel, a deposit, and every belief you repeat compounds in the energetic market that quietly shapes your entire reality. Think about it. If your thoughts were a bank statement, what would the balance show right now? Overflowing with peace and possibility, or overdrafted with worry and self-doubt? This is the untold truth of quantum manifestation. Energy doesn't wait for your goals to be achieved. It reacts to the frequency you're broadcasting right now. You're not working with matter. You're trading in vibration. That's spiritual finance at its purest form. Most people think they're trying to be positive, but the universe isn't moved by words. It's moved by resonance. This is where the game shifts from motivation to mastery. When you learn to treat your mind like a portfolio of energy, you stop chasing abundance and start managing it. That's when thoughts turn into returns, real, measurable, and exponential. It's not magic. It's quantum energy doing math. And through this journey, you'll discover how to manage, multiply, and master those energy investments, step by step, until wealth, peace, and purpose become your new baseline. Because you don't attract abundance, you embody it. Every cell, every thought, every choice carries a vibration that either grows or drains your prosperity. The question is, are you investing or wasting your energy today? If you're ready to shift from mental spending to energetic earning, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and join this community of conscious creators. Because in this space, we don't chase money, we align with it. Welcome to the new economy of reality, where your thoughts are investments, and energy pays the highest interest in the universe. Most people have no idea that every thought they think is a financial transaction in the invisible market of reality. They've been taught that money is paper, gold or numbers on a screen, but never told that energy itself is the real currency. Every intention, every emotional investment becomes a deposit or withdrawal in your personal field of quantum manifestation. You're not just thinking, you're trading in a spiritual stock market where the exchange rate is measured in vibration, thoughts as currency. Now that's an economy nobody warned you about. Imagine if your mind were a bank account of energy. Each belief, each internal dialogue adds or subtracts from your balance. Ever noticed how one negative spiral can drain your energy faster than a bad financial deal? That's not a coincidence. It's energy ROI in real time. When you align your vibration with abundance, you start earning spiritual dividends, returns that show up as synchronicities, opportunities, or even unexpected money. It's not woo-woo. It's quantum energy doing its job. There's something magnetic about conscious wealth. It doesn't chase, it attracts. The abundance mindset isn't about repeating affirmations. It's about feeling wealthy before the wealth appears. That's the secret power behind energy investing. When your vibration rises, your thoughts become high-frequency assets. Each one compounds, creating vibrational abundance that multiplies in ways your rational mind can't track. Just like compound interest, except your dividends are made of energy instead of dollars. Here's a simple test. Think of your thoughts as employees. Are they lazy, distracted, or working overtime to expand your fortune? Most people are terrible managers of their mental portfolio. They let scarcity-driven thoughts run wild, then wonder why their manifest money never shows up. Managing thoughts is like managing a team. Discipline, awareness, and consistent feedback are key. Meditation, gratitude journaling, even mindful walking. These are HR meetings for your mind. Now, let's talk subconscious programming. That's where the real economy lives. It's like your spiritual finance department running silent algorithms 24 hours a day. If those programs are outdated, based on fear, guilt, or inherited scarcity, you'll keep investing in the wrong assets. Reprogramming isn't optional, it's essential. Think of it as upgrading your mental software from Lackware to Prosper OS. Once the system runs clean, quantum manifestation accelerates without resistance. There's humor in realizing how often we've been our own energy scammers. We blame bad luck, yet we overdraft our vibrational bank daily with worry, doubt, and comparison. The universe isn't punishing us, it's simply matching frequency with frequency. When you stop leaking energy into self-criticism and start redirecting it into conscious wealth, everything shifts. It's like discovering compound interest after years of hiding cash under your pillow. And maybe that's what they never told you, that your thoughts are not passive. They're liquid gold flowing through the veins of creation. Each mental image, each emotional pulse, is an investment with exponential potential. The question isn't whether your thoughts are creating your reality. They are. The question is, are you investing them wisely or letting them depreciate? Because soon you'll realize that you've been investing wrong this whole time. Here's the twist nobody likes to admit. Most people are terrible energy investors. They pour mental capital into worry, scarcity, and what-ifs, then expect abundance dividends. It's like buying shares in fear and hoping for a profit in joy. It just doesn't work that way. Quantum manifestation responds to alignment, not anxiety. Your thoughts don't care about your goals. They care about your frequency. And for most, that frequency is tuned to survival, not creation. You've probably heard the phrase, think positive, right? It sounds cute, like a motivational sticker on a laptop. But in quantum energy terms, it's incomplete. Positive thinking without vibrational coherence is like trying to charge your phone with a broken cable. You can repeat, "I'm abundant" all day, but if your subconscious is broadcasting panic, your energy ROI will flatline. Manifest money doesn't flow from words. It flows from emotional calibration. Think of it this way. Your subconscious is the broker that executes every energetic trade you make. You might consciously say, "I want wealth," but if your inner broker is holding fear-based data, it'll short-sell your dreams. That's why mindset shift matters. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about restructuring your emotional portfolio, replacing scarcity bonds with abundant stocks, transforming your thoughts from liabilities into high-yield assets. I remember talking to a woman who did affirmations religiously, sticky notes everywhere, vision board glowing like a neon shrine. But when she checked her energy balance, overdrawn. Why? Because every affirmation came with an undertone of doubt. The universe doesn't respond to your words. It mirrors your vibration. You can't fake coherence. The energy market is too intelligent for that. It trades in authenticity, not slogans. So here's what to do differently. When a thought of lack arises, don't fight it, upgrade it. Ask, what's the higher frequency version of this? For example, replace "I can't afford that" with "I'm learning to align with higher value." That's energy investing in action. Each reframed thought shifts your quantum consciousness, compounding vibrational abundance until wealth becomes inevitable. It's not forced, it's flow. The irony. People think they've failed at the law of attraction, but really, they've been following the law of misalignment. Energy ROI doesn't lie. The moment your thoughts, emotions, and actions resonate at the same frequency, reality bends. That's when spiritual finance becomes practical physics. The universe isn't keeping score, it's keeping resonance. The return depends entirely on how aligned you are with what you claim to desire. And that brings us to a deeper question, the one few ever ask. If thoughts can be invested and energy multiplies, then what's the actual rate of return of your mind? Because the next truth might shake your perception of wealth to its core. Your mental ROI is more real and more measurable than any dollar you've ever made. Here's the part that sounds like magic until you see it working. Every thought has a measurable return on investment, not in dollars, but in frequency. When you start treating your mental output as energetic capital, your reality becomes a reflection of your portfolio performance. The ROI of your mind depends on where you place your attention, because attention is energy investing. Each focus point compounds into form. Your experiences are the interest your consciousness earns. Think about it like this. If you invest your thoughts in gratitude, the quantum field amplifies that signal, returning experiences that validate it. If you invest in worry, you attract situations that confirm your fears. Quantum energy doesn't play favorites, it just multiplies whatever you fund with emotion. Your thoughts are the seed, your emotions are the fertilizer, and your life is the harvest. Most people blame bad luck when really, they've been planting weeds in their own field. This is where spiritual finance meets science. Every human thought emits electromagnetic frequencies. Neuroscientists call it brainwave activity. Mystics call it vibration. Same phenomenon, different language. Your wealth vibration isn't a metaphor, it's physics. When you cultivate a consistent abundance mindset, you're literally adjusting your internal wavelength to resonate with high-frequency living. And just like radio tuning, you can't pick up a prosperity station while broadcasting static. Here's a quick mental exercise. Before making any decision, pause and ask, what's the energetic return of this thought? That one question rewires your subconscious programming. You begin to filter your inner dialogue like a wise investor, scanning potential trades. If it drains you, it's a bad deal. If it excites, expands, or calms you, it's a high-frequency investment. Over time, this mindfulness compounds into a new default vibration, conscious wealth. You see, the subconscious doesn't understand language. It understands resonance. That's why affirmations alone often fail. It's not the sentence that matters, but the signal behind it. When you feel wealthy, you activate quantum manifestation automatically. When you fake it or force it, you send mixed frequencies and the universe delays your order. Authentic emotion is your trading license in the quantum market. Without it, no transaction clears. I've seen people turn their lives around just by redirecting thought flow. One client stopped obsessing over debt and started blessing every dollar that passed through his hands. Within months, unexpected income appeared. That's not coincidence. That's the ROI of energy alignment. You don't manifest money by demanding it. You magnetize it by embodying its vibration. The universe is too efficient to waste effort. It rewards coherence. So the secret ROI of your mind isn't about doing more. It's about being more energetically aware. Every thought, every micro-feeling, every choice deposits into your quantum savings account. But soon, you'll discover something even deeper, that not all energetic laws are created equal. Some outperform the famous law of attraction itself. For years, people have been hypnotized by the phrase law of attraction, as if it were the ultimate cosmic formula. But here's the truth. Attraction is only the surface layer of a much deeper science. The real power comes from understanding energy laws, the mechanics that govern how vibration translates into form. These laws don't care about slogans or vision boards. They care about coherence, consistency, and energy alignment. Science meets spirit right where frequency meets focus. See, the law of attraction tells you to think positive, but the laws of energy ask a tougher question. What frequency are you radiating when no one's watching? That's where quantum manifestation happens, not in the wish, but in the waveform. Energy laws outperform attraction because they deal in measurable data, vibration, emotion, electromagnetic resonance. You can't fake that. It's like trying to outsmart gravity. The field always knows the truth. Think of the universe as a giant mirror of frequencies. It doesn't respond to what you say. It reflects what you are. If your dominant state is stress, no amount of affirmations will override that broadcast. Your subconscious programming becomes your signal tower, constantly transmitting your inner world into reality. That's spiritual finance at its core. Your feelings are your investments. Your returns show up as synchronicities. And your balance sheet is your life. The most fascinating part, physics already supports this. Studies on quantum coherence show that energy responds to observation and emotion. The famous double-slit experiment proves consciousness interacts with matter. In simple terms, your awareness collapses probability into reality. So while the law of attraction says believe and receive, energy laws say vibrate and materialize. Subtle difference, massive impact. A practical way to apply this is to treat your emotional state as your trading signal. Every morning, check your frequency like checking your stock chart. Are you broadcasting gratitude, expansion and peace, or resistance, fear and comparison? Energy ROI doesn't lie. Even a 5-minute shift toward high-frequency living recalibrates your entire field. Breathwork, music, or meditation are not rituals. They're rebalancing tools for your quantum energy account. Here's something funny. People chase the law of attraction like it's a get-rich-quick scheme for the soul. But true quantum consciousness is about discipline, not desire. It's about managing your vibration like an entrepreneur manages cash flow. Energy investing requires awareness, patience, and reinvestment. You don't manifest abundance once. You maintain it by staying coherent. The universe is a frequency economy. You're either compounding or collapsing. And once you understand that energy laws outperform attraction, something profound happens. You stop trying to manifest and start flowing with the physics of creation itself. That's where spirituality meets precision. When you realize your brain is a transmitter, your heart is a generator, and your thoughts are quantum currency. But the next step is even more practical. Learning how to move from thought to flow through 3 powerful quantum steps your brain often forgets. Most people get stuck at the thinking stage of manifestation. They visualize, affirm, imagine, but forget that energy doesn't move through thoughts alone. It moves through flow. The brain is brilliant at planning, but terrible at surrendering. To truly access quantum manifestation, you have to remember the 3 energy steps your mind keeps skipping: coherence, embodiment, and release. These aren't abstract ideas. They're practical protocols for turning thought into vibration and vibration into matter. Step 1 is coherence, syncing your thoughts and emotions into a single broadcast. Think of it as tuning both your brain and heart to the same station. Without emotional coherence, even the best intentions cancel themselves out. You can practice this through breathwork, gratitude focus, or simple awareness of how a thought feels in your body. The quantum field listens to emotional consistency, not mental noise. When you feel abundance, you become its frequency. Step 2 is embodiment. Here's where most people miss the mark. They think about wealth but live like they're broke in spirit. Embodiment means acting as if your desired reality is already coded into your cells. It's not pretending, it's programming. When you make decisions from your future self's energy alignment, your subconscious accepts it as truth. Go for a walk like someone who trusts the process. Speak like someone whose words carry value. That's vibrational abundance in motion. Step 3 is release. This one's the hardest. You must stop micromanaging the universe. When you've aligned your frequency, planted your intention, and felt it fully, the next move is surrender. Let the energy do the work. Quantum energy flows like water. It finds the path of least resistance. The moment you obsess, you create energetic turbulence that slows manifestation. Releasing control isn't giving up. It's clearing the channel for your energy ROI to return. To apply this practically, create a morning ritual that integrates all 3 steps. Start with a few deep breaths for coherence. Visualize while moving your body for embodiment. Then close with a moment of silence for release. 5 minutes. That's it. Do it daily, and you'll rewire your subconscious programming faster than any book or seminar. This is how thought becomes flow, how energy investing turns into quantum reality management. I've watched entrepreneurs, artists, and healers transform through these steps. One client shifted from burnout to breakthrough in weeks by mastering the release phase. Instead of forcing outcomes, she started trusting vibration, and suddenly, clients, money, and opportunities arrived without hustle. That's high-frequency living in action. Flow replaces friction when you understand how to work with the current instead of against it. And once you experience that effortless momentum, you'll see the next level clearly. If thoughts are investments and flow is management, then your mind is a portfolio. The question is, are your energetic assets diversified, or are you risking everything on one emotional stock? Because up next, we'll align your mental portfolio to multiply abundance beyond imagination. If your mind were a financial portfolio, most people would be in serious trouble. They've invested 90% of their energy into stress, guilt, and overthinking, and only 10% into creativity, joy, and peace. That's the equivalent of betting everything on a volatile stock and calling it manifestation. Conscious wealth doesn't come from emotional gambling. It comes from strategic energy investing. To multiply abundance, you have to diversify your vibration. Start by auditing your energetic assets. Notice where your attention goes during the day. Each thought, emotion, or habit is like a stock in your spiritual finance portfolio. Some yield high energy returns, like gratitude, generosity, or curiosity. Others are toxic assets, like self-doubt, resentment, or comparison. The trick isn't to eliminate them overnight, it's to rebalance your holdings. You can't expand your quantum manifestation while carrying emotional debt. Diversification doesn't just mean juggling multiple goals, it means nurturing multiple frequencies. For example, abundance isn't just money, it's creativity, health, connection, and peace. When you cultivate joy in one area, it spills over into others. That's energy ROI in action. The wealth vibration grows stronger when your life feels like a full-spectrum investment, not a single stock obsession with material gain. That's what spiritual entrepreneurship really looks like. Imagine your mindset as a fund manager. Every morning, it chooses where to allocate emotional capital. Will it invest in gratitude futures or fear derivatives? When you consciously redirect that flow, your quantum consciousness expands exponentially. The universe loves balanced portfolios. It rewards them with synchronicities, opportunities, and calm clarity. It's not luck, it's liquidity of energy. You're managing frequency, not finance. Practical tip: schedule energy check-ins. Just as investors review their accounts, review your emotions. Ask, what's my top-performing energy today? Which belief is draining my returns? Then adjust. Replace scarcity-based loops with affirmations that feel authentic, not forced. Even small realignments can lead to exponential vibrational abundance. You'll be shocked how quickly conscious wealth compounds once your internal investments stabilize. One of my clients used to say, "I'm doing everything right, but nothing's changing." The problem wasn't her actions, it was her portfolio imbalance. Too much energy in hustle, zero in rest. Once she diversified, adding stillness, laughter, and connection, her external world mirrored the shift. She didn't earn more by working more. She earned more by vibrating differently. That's quantum energy efficiency at work. And once your portfolio is balanced, the magic really starts. Because when your mind becomes a well-diversified ecosystem of frequencies, reality begins to accelerate your returns. The next lesson reveals how one tiny thought, just a single energetic trade, can trigger an exponential breakthrough. In fact, one person shifted a single belief and manifested 100K out of thin air. There's a story I love to share about a man named Daniel. He wasn't rich, spiritual, or even particularly optimistic. He'd read about quantum manifestation and rolled his eyes at the idea that thoughts could create wealth. But one evening, in a moment of exhaustion, he whispered to himself, "Maybe it's not about money. Maybe it's about energy." That single thought was the pivot. His consciousness clicked into alignment. Within 3 months, a business deal he'd written off years earlier reappeared and paid him $100,000. Coincidence? Hardly. Here's what happened beneath the surface. Daniel didn't try to manifest money. He stopped resisting it. He shifted from desperation to energy alignment, from scarcity vibration to conscious wealth. That's the physics of abundance. Your frequency attracts its match, whether you believe in it or not. When he released the mental grip of needing results, his energy ROI skyrocketed. The universe doesn't pay attention to words. It pays attention to vibration. Every quantum breakthrough begins the same way, with a mindset shift so small it almost feels insignificant. A single reframed thought can recalibrate your entire field. Most people wait for big changes, lotteries, miracles, windfalls, when in truth the smallest shift in energy returns exponential results. Thoughts are leverage in the quantum economy. Adjust your belief by a degree, and your destiny reroutes itself completely. That's why spiritual finance isn't just about thinking rich. It's about managing inner energy with the same precision that investors manage assets. Daniel's secret wasn't a technique, it was coherence. Once he believed that energy investing was real, his subconscious programming started recalculating his worth, and that's the essence of quantum consciousness. It always honors belief as a command. The moment you believe something fully, the field begins to obey. Think about it. How many ideas, opportunities, or relationships have slipped by simply because you didn't believe they were possible? The mind collapses probability through focus. Daniel's story proves that wealth vibration isn't a fantasy. It's a measurable phenomenon of focus meeting frequency. When your inner world stabilizes in abundance, reality has no choice but to reorganize itself accordingly. If you want to experience your own 100K moment, start small. Identify one limiting thought that feels heavy and reframe it. For instance, instead of "I never have enough," try "I'm learning to circulate energy effortlessly." You're not lying, you're recalibrating. Every mental upgrade compounds, and before you know it, your energetic investments start paying dividends you can see, touch, and spend. Manifest money follows emotional maturity. But here's where it gets even wilder. The returns don't stop. Subtle thoughts, the quiet ones you barely notice, begin to multiply behind the scenes. They accrue invisible interest in the quantum field, growing exponentially over time. That's right, the universe has a savings account too. And next, we'll uncover how those hidden thoughts become your most powerful and profitable energy assets. Here's the part few people ever notice. The most powerful manifestations don't come from the big, loud, obvious thoughts. They come from the quiet ones, the subtle, recurring ideas that slip through your awareness like whispers. These are the deposits that build invisible interest in your quantum bank. Every unnoticed emotion, every passing judgment, every flash of gratitude compounds in your energy field. That's why some people seem lucky. They've been accruing vibrational abundance without realizing it. Think of subtle thoughts as the background music of your consciousness. You may not hear the tune all the time, but your entire life dances to its rhythm. If that song is laced with fear, the melody of your reality will sound chaotic. But if it's tuned to peace, gratitude, and trust, your outer world starts harmonizing. Quantum manifestation isn't about bursts of focus, it's about sustained frequency. The universe compounds what you repeat emotionally, not what you declare occasionally. This is what scientists call resonance memory. In spiritual finance, it's your energetic savings plan. Each time you feel joy without needing a reason, the quantum field notes it. Each time you choose compassion instead of judgment, you add invisible value to your account. Eventually, those micro-moments accumulate enough charge to collapse probability into visible abundance. The returns are subtle but exponential, like compound interest working while you sleep. The irony: most people sabotage their growth by auditing only what's visible. They celebrate paychecks, but ignore peace of mind. They count sales, but overlook serenity. Yet peace, presence, and purpose are the currencies that fund long-term energy ROI. When your inner frequency stabilizes, opportunities appear faster and with less effort. That's high-frequency living, the sweet spot where quantum energy multiplies effortlessly. A simple practice. Before bed, review your day like an investor. Don't ask, "What did I earn?" Ask, "What did I expand? Did you add gratitude? Did you invest patience when things didn't go your way?" These small reflections recalibrate subconscious programming. Over time, your inner data shifts from scarcity patterns to prosperity signals. You start attracting events that match your improved energetic credit score. I once met a teacher who said, "The most expensive thing in the universe is an unguarded thought." She was right. The mind is always trading, every second buying or selling energy. Awareness is the only safeguard. Once you realize that even your silent reactions carry power, you begin managing your energy portfolio like a true quantum entrepreneur. Every calm breath, every loving thought, every act of forgiveness, profit, profit, profit. And just when you start seeing how these subtle frequencies build wealth invisibly, another realization hits. Your thoughts aren't just shaping your personal economy, they're bending probabilities themselves. Soon, you'll see how your mind can collapse infinite outcomes into one chosen reality. That's the next frontier of manifestation, the physics of how consciousness engineers destiny itself. At the heart of quantum manifestation lies one astonishing truth. Your consciousness isn't just observing reality, it's creating it. Quantum mechanics proves this through the famous double-slit experiment, where particles behave differently simply because they're being watched. The observer effect isn't philosophy, it's physics. Every time you hold a thought with emotion, your mind collapses probability into one defined outcome. That's what manifest money really means. Energy responding to focused awareness. Your brain is not a storage unit, it's a frequency transmitter. When tuned to high-frequency living, it sends coherent waves into the field, shaping matter in subtle but measurable ways. Quantum energy operates like an algorithm. It amplifies whatever gets the most data. So if your subconscious programming feeds fear and scarcity, that's what materializes. But when your attention flows toward conscious wealth and vibrational abundance, the field reorganizes itself around that new command. The challenge is consistency. The quantum field doesn't react to a single spike of positivity. It responds to stable coherence. It's like training a muscle. Your frequency must hold its shape under pressure. Meditation, visualization, and embodiment aren't rituals, they're calibration tools. They keep your wave pattern stable, ensuring your mental investments mature into physical results. The more coherent your energy alignment, the faster the universe locks in your chosen reality. Think of probability like a sea of floating bubbles, each representing a possible version of your life. The moment you focus with intention, you pop every bubble except one, the one aligned with your belief. That's the mechanics of manifestation. The stronger your conviction, the quicker the collapse. Your thoughts don't just influence the field, they command it through precision of vibration. Reality is less random than most people dare to imagine. There's beauty in realizing that this science doesn't exclude spirit, it proves it. Spiritual finance, energy investing, law of attraction, they're all simplified ways of describing the same principle, consciousness engineering matter. The mystical becomes mathematical when you see it through quantum consciousness. Your mind is the experiment, your heart the observer, and your life the result. Energy ROI is simply physics wearing spiritual clothing. A powerful exercise. Before making any decision, visualize infinite versions of yourself making different choices. Then breathe deeply and choose the one that feels lightest. That's your body signaling alignment with the highest frequency timeline. Quantum mechanics calls it the path of least action. Spirituality calls it flow. Same law, different language. Once you master this, you stop forcing outcomes and start surfing probabilities. And once you've collapsed reality intentionally, something even more fascinating happens. You begin to experience returns on your energetic investments. The field starts paying dividends, health improves, opportunities unfold, peace becomes natural. But what should you actually do once your energy investment pays off? That's the next revelation, the practical guide to expansion, reinvestment, and sustained abundance beyond manifesting itself. Here's the part most people never prepare for. What happens after manifestation works? You've done the energy investing, realigned your vibration, and now the field starts returning dividends. Money flows, opportunities appear, peace deepens. And yet, many people self-sabotage right here. They panic, shrink, or subconsciously reject their own success. Why? Because their subconscious still identifies as the investor, not the receiver. True quantum wealth begins when you learn to hold abundance without leaking it. Receiving energy is a skill. When abundance shows up, it amplifies your frequency, exposing any unresolved scarcity still hiding in your system. Think of it like upgrading your software. Sometimes you need to uninstall old programs to make space for the new version. Gratitude is the stabilizer here. Instead of rushing to the next goal, sit with the vibration of fulfillment. Let your nervous system integrate the signal. That's how wealth becomes your baseline, not your exception. The next step is reinvestment. Every return from the universe is potential capital for higher expansion. Don't just spend your blessings, circulate them consciously. Give, teach, mentor, create. Energy multiplies when it moves. When you hoard it, stagnation begins. Think of this as compound manifestation. Each act of generosity re-injects vitality into your field, expanding your quantum consciousness far beyond personal gain. I once coached a woman who manifested her dream home after years of struggle. Within months, she started feeling empty again. Not because she lost gratitude, but because she stopped circulating energy. Her manifestation was complete, but her energy became idle. When she began hosting meditation circles and sharing her journey, her sense of purpose and prosperity tripled. The universe rewards flow, not stillness. Another crucial phase is embodiment. You're no longer manifesting, you're maintaining a frequency. This is where high-frequency living becomes a lifestyle, not a technique. Daily gratitude, creative service, conscious rest. These are your new investments. Spiritual finance doesn't end when the check arrives. It evolves into stewardship. Managing abundance wisely is proof that you've mastered energy alignment at a deeper, more sustainable level. It's also important to stay humble. The moment you believe you've figured it all out, your frequency tightens. Stay curious instead. Remember, the field is infinite. There's always another octave of abundance to explore. Each breakthrough is a doorway, not a destination. This mindset keeps your vibration liquid, flexible, and open to continuous evolution. That's the secret to permanent prosperity. Staying in motion, staying in flow, and now standing beyond manifesting, the question changes completely. It's no longer how do I attract abundance, but how do I expand what's already here? Because when you understand that thoughts are investments and energy is currency, the next frontier is mastery, creating quantum returns on energy itself. So now that you understand the truth, that every thought you think is a financial move in the energetic market of the universe, what will you do with that power? Will you keep investing in fear, doubt, and scarcity? Or will you start channeling your energy into wealth, peace, and purpose? Remember, your mind never stops trading. Every moment, it's either compounding abundance or accumulating emotional debt. The choice isn't random, it's conscious. Take a moment and ask yourself, what kind of energetic investor do you want to be? One who waits for proof before believing, or one who believes first and lets proof catch up? Because life isn't waiting for you to be ready. It's responding to the frequency you're radiating right now. That's the real quantum ROI, results that mirror your mindset, multiplied through energy alignment. This isn't about theory anymore. It's about practice. Try it today. Audit your inner dialogue. Reinvest one negative thought into something higher. I can't becomes I'm learning. It's hard becomes I'm expanding. These micro shifts in your vibration change everything. The field listens to every signal. The moment you treat your thoughts as sacred currency, your entire reality starts paying you back with interest. And as you move through your day, notice how it feels to live as an energetic investor. Watch how people respond differently, how synchronicities increase, how peace becomes profitable. That's the quantum economy at work, wealth vibration expanding from within. You're not manifesting anymore, you're managing a flow of conscious wealth, and that's the real upgrade. So I'll leave you with this. If your mind is your portfolio, what will you fund tomorrow? Scarcity or expansion? Fear or flow? You already know the answer. It's the one that feels lighter, freer, more aligned with who you're becoming. The universe rewards clarity, not confusion. If this message resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with someone who's ready to master their energy. Together, we're creating a new paradigm where thoughts are investments, and quantum energy is the greatest wealth generator of all.